We can start now.
So today we have here with us one of the most renowned senior advocates of India and truly a jack of all trades, Mr. Pradeep Rai. He is a well-known senior advocate and currently is the Vice President of the Supreme Court Bar Association. Mr. Rai has over 2 decades of standing at the bar in the Supreme Court of India. He has over 2 decades of experience and also in the various high courts, regulatory bodies, and tribunals. So he has experience in litigation across a wide spectrum of civil, criminal, revenue, and constitutional issues. Mr. Rai represents the Union of India along with many states, including Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Bihar, and Andhra Pradesh. He has represented various top corporate houses, celebrities, film stars, politicians, and chief ministers also. Mr. Rai has a deep-seated passion for access to justice. He has closely worked with the former Chief Justice, Honorable Mr. M.N. Venkatachalya, and late Honorable Mr. Justice J.S. Verma, former Chairman of National Human Rights Commission, to strengthen human rights conditions across the India. So today he's here with us to share with us his life as an advocate and his experiences. So I thank you, sir, so much for joining us and being here with us. So if you may please allow, I will start with the first part, the first question, sir.
Yes, Kanika, please go ahead.
All right. So first question for you is that, sir, everyone would love to hear a story of a man who has made it and made it up to the top tier of advocates in India. So, sir, what's your career journey as an advocate?
You see, initially I had never had in my mind that I have to start practice and one day I will become lawyer. Though, and my background that I am first generation lawyer. We have studied from the village schools and I had no access to English medium schools. First of all, the first access to the English language was in class 6th, when I started ABCD in class 6th. Thereafter, we went to Banaras Hindu University, where I did my graduation. And that was the first time I started reading the text in English. Fortunately, I joined first in the this journalism profession, and that profession required some of the legal aspects. So for that particular purpose, I joined LLB. And then after doing this completion of LLB, and after some times again, I continued as a journalist. Thereafter, I joined this profession. So it was a bit late, but that journalism and other professional experiences of mine actually helped me in shaping this profession. So once I started in Allahabad, then thereafter I went to Bombay. Finally, I came back to Delhi. And when I did I started my practice, then this is a big challenge to even have the internship, big challenge even to join someone. So that was there, but fortunately we got some support of good lawyers, and without formally joining any chamber, I started as an independent practitioner. Initially for 2-3 months, I was there with Mr. P.H. Parikh, senior advocate. But fortunately, I was able to brief all top lawyers those days, including Ram Jetnani sir, then Harish Salve, Mukul Rohatgi ji, then you name anyone. And I was developed very close friendship with Ghulam Behnawati, who was then Solicitor General of India and later became Attorney General. So all these friends and then other persons who are related to me in different aspects of life, including professional, personal, everything combined together had made a good success in this legal profession.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And sir, and being a first generation lawyer, you have achieved so much. So that is something which is everybody's proud here. So so the next question for you is that, so you are famous amongst the youngsters, and the generation of young lawyers follows you, and they listen you very carefully. So sir, please guide the young lawyers on how to sustain in litigation and what is necessary for becoming a successful lawyer.
Kanika, you see, I always tell the young lawyers that first of all, you have to do hard work. Right. There is no substitute of hard work. That is the primary thing which is you have to keep in your mind and in your heart and also in your behavior. Thereafter, once you start doing hard work and doing your work with the full passion, then you automatically you will get the pace, and that pace will actually take you to the route of success. Initially, the formative years should be completely with the hard work, and about the profession that once you will start working, then you have to only work, no money is there. Thereafter, when you have to work, and then you may get money also. But ultimately, the time will come when you will not work at all, but you will get enough money.
Yes.
So every lawyer has to go through all three phases. If you say that somebody without passing the class 1 and class 2 goes to class 3, it's not possible. So we all have to work on those lines. Like lawyers like me who had no access to other means, we had to actually get some other sources of income. For that purpose, I went to the journalism. But if you don't go into that area, even without going there, if you have enough means, just do hard work, have faith in your profession and faith in yourself. Because at most, the primary faith has to be in yourself. If you don't have faith in yourself, you can't succeed. So in my opinion, each and every young lawyer, whenever I see them, I feel that they are going to make a huge difference in the legal system. They will achieve all the success, and that success is actually going to shape the future of India. So I never see any junior, any intern as one of the persons who have just joined the profession. If somebody has joined after the company, because you see, the company is also very important. When you join, you are surrounded with the company. That company describes you. If you are in a good company, you are a good man, because the person is recognized by the company in which he is in. So that is also one of the reasons. But if you study hard, if you work hard, you may achieve all the success. You will have examples where many lawyers did not work hard on initial days, but they started working very hard later, and they also achieved success. They got success. Like late Mr. Lekhi, he joined the profession at the age of 60, and he made a very great name. Ram Jethmalani joined the profession at the age of 19. Like initially, when this Parsi community started this legal examinations, and all the lawyers in Bombay, almost 2/3 of lawyers were only Parsis. So any community, any group, if they work hard, they will get success. This is the only profession. It's like athletics. Whoever is running fast, you can see that he is going forward. He is reaching at the top. If somebody is running slow, you can see that he is not making that distance fast, and he will be behind. There are many lawyers whose one brother is doing extremely well, other brother is not doing that well. But I suggest that this profession is a great profession. Anybody who actually who work hard, they are certainly going to achieve whatever they want.
Right, sir. And ultimately, I think the motive is that do not quit, because there are people who just join the profession and then they see that, oh my God, the money is not coming and they're not able to earn anything, and they quit. So I think the motive is also that don't quit, just keep going with this profession.
Yeah, you are right at some extent, but you see, Kanika, everyone is not well to do. Even when I joined profession, just to sustain myself, I had to do other things, because you have to do something, because you can't get money in this profession. Those days seniors never used to pay a single penny, because they used to say that our training itself is chargeable, that we are offering free. So now situation has changed, because nowadays a lot of young members are joining this profession from good families, good backgrounds. This profession has also got that kind of respect, and you will find many IAS officers, they don't want to actually get their children into the civil services. They want them to make successful lawyer. They want to put their kids into judiciary. And the power of judiciary is such that a metropolitan magistrate, he can summon the commissioner of police. He can summon anyone. So that responsibility, that kind of power, you can't get anywhere else. And our system is independent. Judiciary is completely separated from executive and the political masters. So once you are not reporting to the political masters and you are independent, then the fun of doing the job is more important, and then you will actually enjoy the profession.
Right, sir, right. And so I also think that the people who do not have passion, I think they should not come into this profession, because litigation is something, if you're passionate about litigation, then only you should make a choice of coming into this particular profession.
Kanika, I have never seen any person who had joined this profession and he was not passionate about it. When you join a profession, sometimes this money factor, what you rightly pointed out, that many of them they quit. That quitting is because of the monetary factors. Otherwise, if they are monetary satisfied, nobody quits. They all enjoy it. Every day you have different situation, different kind of matters, different kind of problem. You meet different set of people. Like when I was kid, I had gone to see Lavaris, the Amitabh Bachchan's movie. And in that movie, we had to buy ticket in black. And there was a time, only because of this profession, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan approached me for appearing in his matters. So this profession introduced you everyone, top
Yes.
chief ministers, top leaders, politicians, then this bureaucrats, actors, celebrities. Only this profession can give you. And you talk to them on the equal footing. It's not that you are entertaining someone. Like you see, when the top celebrities, top politicians cry before you, that situation you can imagine happen only with the lawyers.
Yes, yes.
In no other profession you can find top people in tears in front of someone who is younger to the age, and actually you may say junior to the qualification and profession, because lawyers have that kind of ability, who can satisfy anyone. They can actually perform at any extent, and when you perform good, the clients are also very satisfied. First of all, I always tell my juniors, and also I tell the young members who come for the internship, the young boys, I tell them that you see, first of all, you have to have command over the matter. If you
Yes.
don't have command, if you don't tell your client that where is he at fault, what he missed, where is this case is weak, what are the authorities in this matter, how to go ahead with this matter, because normally in Supreme Court you can't raise a new point. All those arguments, pleadings which have been earlier part of the pleading, that only can be raised. But when you point it out and then you try to raise the issue in arguments, and sometimes court appreciates, client is extremely happy, because our courts has the power, extreme power. They can do anything. In order to do complete justice, they have extreme powers. The same power is not available with the UK courts, because you see, when you go approach UK courts, they may express opinion contrary to the act or law, but they may say that our hands are tied up, we can't go more into it because this is the act, because they can't bypass it. In our judiciary, we have powers to even declare an act ultra vires. We can declare anything, any act non-est. So that power is extreme power, and that only creates a passion for the younger members who are joining the bar. I am seeing the younger members who come to the profession within 4 or 5 years, they start doing well. In 10 years, they become Kanika Bhardwaj. So really we can appreciate that. And I really love seeing them happy. I love seeing them doing well. And when I see a younger member, first generation lawyer coming to the profession, I see themselves as me, because all the struggle of which we had gone through, the similar struggle they are going to face or they may have faced. So that the connectivity is easier for me. I love seeing first generation lawyers doing well, and I am really happy to see any one of them who is doing well, who get, like recently one of my junior become a standing counsel of Jammu and Kashmir. He told that sir, I got a standing counsel in 3 years of practice. When he became, I was so happy. I cannot express this to you. That the feeling you get, that your any we should not be jealous. Many seniors get jealous also. It's like no girl is other beautiful than other girl, because if there are two girls, they will feel about themselves. Similarly, in this profession, when you talk to the other lawyer, he will feel that his mind, his ability, his acumen is better than the other one. That healthy competition is okay, but when somebody achieves something, you must be happy, you must appreciate that, and that's how you grow. If you don't appreciate any other younger member, you take it from me, you will not get anything in your life, because ultimately you have to appreciate others. That's how we work. We are family, we are brothers. Even if we contest elections, you will surprise that when bar elections come, I go to each and every opponent's nomination, because when my opponent files nomination, I go and participate in his nomination, because that is the way. It's like family. It's the family elections. Similarly, the practice, if some lawyer is growing, somebody is doing better, you have to appreciate that. This modern modes also requires to be updated. All the lawyers should get the practical training. Many of them, like you just imagine, in our days, there was no system of pupillage. There was no system of internship. We simply visit once or twice to the district courts and that's all. And now you see the lawyers, when they get admission for the course of law, when they start studying from the first year, they have to do internship. They go there, they have passion, they deal with the complex matters, they have manupatra, they have STC. In our days, we had to take volumes and just find it out that what is there. Now manupatra and STC had made the things very easy for everyone, and that convenience gives you more strength, because now you have access to UK judgments, US judgments. You have access to the theories which was actually created, customary law. All those things are together now.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So thank you so much for your lessons and your experiences. So the next question for you, sir, is that you're a highly successful senior advocate with a long standing practice. So what have been some of the problems that you have faced in your profession, and what have you learned from them?
You see, Kanika, this is the only profession, I always say this, that in this profession, whatever you do, that is a learning. Even if you are walking at the street, that is learning. You see different kind of vendors sitting on the street. There may be a matter which is brought before you to appear for them, that NDMC or the government want to throw them out from that place, and that matter you may be appearing. So your experience of walking on the street helps you come for your rescue to appear in a matter. Similarly, when a hawker gives a newspaper to you, then you realize that what curfew means and how he will work and how he will survive, and what kind of passes are required for him, because that is the essential service. Each and everything. I'm just on the small thing. If you go to see a program, if you go to see any restriction, even if you go to hospital, emergency ward, you will actually confront with each and every aspect of your life of which you have actually gone through. Even if you go to a saloon, you go to a restaurant, like Food and Civil Supplies Act is there, Food Safety Act is there. All these acts you will find, your telephone bill you are paying, your electricity bill you are paying. So any life, any kind of experience in life, walking, talking, roaming, traveling, even this you travel, you have airlines has charged you more, their flight is delayed, they are not refunding your tickets. Again, these matters are subjects of different court of laws. So you understand that. So in my opinion, as much struggle you have done, as much success is waiting for you. It is proportionate. If you have not done any struggle, you may not get anything. If you have struggled more, you will get more. And never feel anything bad. Even if something is told to you, which may not be very good, you may not like it, but you don't react on that. Your reaction should be in the courts only. When a senior tells you something, he may be actually appreciating you for something, or he may, even if he is not happy with you for some other reason, he may not be happy. Not only because of you, there are so many things roaming in the mind. You may working on something and you may get frustrated at just a good matter of which you thought that it will be a matter of good remedy, and you did not get it. You are a bit frustrated and you are scolding someone else. So it happens. But when you realize this as a family, as a team, then you start appreciating it. So I feel that younger lawyers should never give up. They should never quit. They should be happy. Each and every moment is learning. And then even talking to someone, when you are interacting with someone, that is also a kind of learning. When you deal with your client, don't sound negative. When you are talking to someone, obviously training starts from the home only. If there is a family member who deals with you nicely, you will go and tell all your problems to him only. But when you find someone who is always bit actually critical to you, you will never go to him. So first of all, you suggest remedy. You client should be satisfied. If a doctor is taking to the patient for surgery and he says that there are chances that you may die. Why the family members sign the form? They sign because the patient should not have even a in the back of his mind that he may die, and he is giving a declaration indemnifying the doctor. That should not happen. So similarly, in this legal profession, you tell client everything, that this may happen, that may happen, but you should never sound negative. He should know that this lawyer is going to give best in this matter. If you are not giving your best, then you take it from me, within 2 years, you should settle somewhere else, not in this profession. But if you are giving your best, take it from me, the clients will start coming to the office searching for you only.
Yes.
So that is the way it happens. And you all, anybody who has joined this profession, if they have passion, 100% they are going to make a mark on this profession.
Right, sir. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. And then, so I think that even if many incidents happen that where, the youngsters and the junior lawyers, they get in the court and judge bashes them like very harshly, and then their confidence level gets down and they think that, no, this is not my piece of cake, I won't be able to do this. So ultimately, I think, so your confidence level should also be stable. You should also always keep your confidence level that high, that okay, you should always think that all this is a part of life only. So probably the people will be able to overcome this problem as well.
You see, Kanika, when you said that this is not my share of cake, you should always treat it as not your cup of tea. Cup of tea means you have to take it sip by sip.
Yes.
Don't take it complete portion. Take it sip by sip. When you take it sip by sip, then you actually learn. And one by one, if somebody, I have never seen in Supreme Court that judges scold a junior lawyer. They always appreciate. They always give time to them. And if there is any judge who does not appreciate the hard work or even appearance of a junior lawyer, even I am willing to fight for them. You tell me the name of who actually harassed them, because I will just point it out, because their judges cannot actually demoralize a young lawyer who has joined the profession, because everybody is not son of a justice. Everybody is not son of a senior advocate. Like my kids may not have faced the same problem which we faced. But any first generation lawyer, if he goes to the court, his going itself is important. Then if he is ready with the matter, because sometimes what we do, the law books are good for your concept, your fundamentals. But when you start appearing in the court, then you realize there are so many procedures which you actually missed, you did not know. But when you do this and a judge does not appreciate it, you should never actually worry about that. If your heart says, first of all, your concept of legal and illegal should be clear. That what is legal, what is illegal, where you succeed, where you can't succeed. For that, you don't need to apply your mind so much. In my opinion, take your hand, keep it on your heart, and ask yourself that you are appearing for such and such matter, it is right or wrong. What should happen? And if your heart says that yes, you are right, you take it from me that you are going to win this case. If your heart says that this is not a good case, your client's contentions are not in the right perspective, even then you may succeed. But you should know that yes, there are 50-50 chances, that there are no chances, but if you get this, very good. So judges will also appreciate that. There in Gita, there is a shloka where Lord Krishna, Arjun asked that whether I will get hell or heaven. Is there any God? He said that God may be there, but God is not independent. He is actually confined by your karmas. Similarly, a judge's hands are tied up. If you have a good case, good pleadings, even if he is not with you, he can show his frustration to you, but ultimately he has to follow your arguments and he has to decide as per your arguments. So never worry for this. Once or twice, if somebody is scolds, never take it on hurt, because he did not scolded you. It was your client who got that firing. If you start realizing that, then you will never mind anything. That's how when we argue against each other, our two brothers, after finishing that matter, we talk nicely, we have a cup of coffee, we don't even talk about the matter, that what happened in the court. So that is the spirit, because this is, you have to take everything with the sportsmanship. Your sportsman spirit should never disappear. You will make a mark. I tell you, I encourage each and every lawyer only because I know they all can make it. Because not like our days when we were studying in law, somebody who was very good friend of my father, he approached him and he said that what your son is doing. He said he is studying in LLB. And he was so frustrated. He said, oh my God, I thought he was a good student. So this legal profession was not meant for good students those days, as per perception. Nowadays, if somebody is actually opting for this profession, they are actually very good to it. They want to do it, and they have no other thought. So it's a real professional course. You should never get worried. Even if you have not done something good, you did not study well while studying, this is the only profession where you have chance to study more, where you did not study in the college, but you can study further. If you want to take an off, you can take an off. In this profession only, you have an opportunity. If you don't want to work for 1 week, you can say that I don't want to work for a week. If you don't want to work for 6 months, you can take a break for 6 months. This is the only profession which gives you liberty to do that. No other profession will give you. So never get frustrated. If a judge has fired you for something, next time you get ready that another judge should not fire you on the same point. And you will enjoy on your arguments, other side is being fired. So that is the fun. You learn every day. And it doesn't, that's why it's called practice. Practice means the moment you leave any one of the aspect of this, you will actually be out of this profession. There is a saying, we all know, I say this also, that this profession is a jealous mistress. Jealous mistress means that you should not profess for something else. You should just focus on this. If you focus on this, there is no power which can take away from your share.
Right, sir, right. So thank you so much for the advice and the experiences you are sharing. Even I am learning so much from this session. I'm so glad to be here, to be the host. So the next question is in regard to the COVID pandemic. So lawyers, like the rest of the world, have been severely impacted by unprecedented COVID-19 crisis. So what steps does Supreme Court Bar Association has taken to help lawyers, and how you have, do you have any suggestions for the Bar Council in regard to the COVID-19 crisis, in regard to the lawyers?
You see, what we did when this pandemic was about to hit India, that time itself, we had given suggestions that the flights which are landing from abroad, from those countries which are affected with this, should be checked, and actually the authorities should keep them in isolation. Because if that would have happened, this pandemic would not have spread. But we failed there. Ultimately, when this vaccination came, we started pursuing that at least the lawyers should be declared frontline workers and they should get the vaccination first. Apart from this, what we did, that we started medicine facilities, we started hospital facilities. We had around 48 rooms in different hospitals in which our patients were getting admitted. But my experience with this hospitalization and everything, it was self-esteem and confidence. If you are confident that nothing is going to happen, you will not lose anything. If you are not confident, then some of the patients, they die because of COVID, and some died because of post-COVID complications. Yes. Because the medicines, you see now, the life-saving drugs, which were actually being given to save your life, now it has turned out to be disastrous. Like remdesivir injection, Febiflu, all these are banned now. A patient who is suffering with this COVID, he used to get 8 tabs in the morning, 8 in the evening, Febiflu, to avoid the flu. The maximum dose should have been 1. Even if you are giving remdesivir, was fatal. So many experiments happen. But ultimately, I am glad that now nobody is scared of COVID. Now you see many of our judges are infected with this. And I feel that none of the member, at least in this phase, have requested for any kind of help. So all kind of financial help was granted to by the SCBA. We gave up to the 50,000 rupees, and then some of the members who got the complete their medical expenses apart from the 50,000 rupees. So we tried to do our best, but it is not enough. That was not enough because family and other things. A lawyer who is actually paying monthly installment of 5 lakhs for car, house, etc. He can't survive with this. Fortunately, the court on our petitions, court directed that banks will not charge interest. But again, these payables are there, intact. It's there only. So you have to pay. It's a tough time. I don't say it's not a tough time, but we also learned a lot from this. We saw that even these workers who are daily wagers, they also face so much problem. They have no means to actually survive. They all have to walk and go back to their villages. Still, the industry is suffering from the manpower because people don't have faith. The moment there is a news item that COVID is going to hit, workers disappear. Many of us, because I did not bother, I don't wear mask because I believed one of the top Houston hospital, they told me that even if you wear mask, that may be fatal. They said that if there is some patient and then you are visiting there, then you must wear. But otherwise, your normal immunity should not go just because of wearing this. So even this hand wash is good, rubbing your hand is good, but again, each and every time if you sanitize this, that may again create some problem. Being the chairman of health committee of SCBA, I had opportunity to interact with almost 300 doctors. 1.5 years of this starting from March when COVID actually hit India, almost every day I was in the hospital, AIMS, at least 3 to 4 times. So for 1.5 years, nowadays I am not going and it's not required also. My members are also not admitted in the hospital. I am very happy. I am very glad that everybody is now realized that the power is in yourself. Because you see, when you become sick, you are suffering from fever. Sometimes it happens that you feel weak and there is nobody to take care of you. Yes. Even if you are admitted in the hospital, you may not even go to the washroom. That much weakness is there. But doctors say, go to washroom, take this medicine, take that medicine. At home, at least family members take care and you get all right. So I believe that we should not lose the confidence. All these lawyers, whoever has passed away, we are not happy for that. We are really sorry and we are really sad to miss them because the corridors are not going to be the same. When the court starts opening, we will not find many of them. One of our senior executive member who was with us in the executive committee, B. Sekhar sir, he is no more. He passed away. Many of the other known friends who were almost interacting us daily, they are not here. Many lawyers who were so much scared, they did not come out of the home for more than a year. They did not survive. So I feel that it was destined, but ultimately we all have to consider that your strength is going to help you. And now everything is all right. I hope that within a month, everything will be okay. Now you see our 13 judges are suffering now with COVID. 3-4 days back, there were 10, but none of them are scared. Everybody is happy, family is there, everybody is there, they all will be all right. Yes. So we should never scare. You see, India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, they don't require to scare for anything. Yes, we have natural immunity. I have seen US Army coming to India and having the tap water drinking. I said, what for they are doing this? They say they are just having on the tough training. This is the tough training to have a tapped water to drink. Here, almost 60% population, they go for it. So it's okay. We should not scare and we try to help everything. Bar Council is also doing a lot. But ultimately, you have to make your way. You have to make your fate. We should not be dependent on anyone and there is no reason to be dependent. Yes, you take it from me, first generation is not going to have any problem. That anybody who is from 4th generation, 5th generation, they don't need to work sometimes. But for first generation, we all have to work. Even if we have achieved something, we have to keep working. And then only we will achieve what we desire.
Right, sir. Absolutely, sir. So, sir, what is your opinion for litigation process through digital mode? Because now everything is digital. There are virtual hearings. Everything has changed. I should say completely changed. And the people um, who do not know how to operate the apps and the digitalizations, they do not know how to. They are not updated with the technologies. So, sir, what do you think about? What is your opinion for litigation process through digital mode?
You see, digital mode is a good mode, but this is the good mode in emergency.
Yes.
If there is emergency, then you have to go for it. But if there is no emergency, the normal definition of the court is the physical court only. I
Yes.
recall one incident in 2019. We had a conference in Bengaluru where Honorable Justice Venkat Chalaya, Justice Thakur, many other judges of Honorable Supreme Court, they were in the audience. Some of the High Court judges, one of them is now in Supreme Court, they were also there. So Justice Venkat Chalaya said that one day, in case of some emergency, there the time may come when courts will hear virtually and judges may be sitting at different places, lawyers may be at different places, and this may happen one day. And artificial intelligence may be very important. So all of them in the audience, they did not appreciate it. But they did not know that within few months, this situation is about to come and it may happen. Who went for Paytm when prior to demonetization, nobody was subscribing Paytm. Now these auto rickshaw and even vendors of vegetable vendors are operating it. So ultimately this will happen, but this is not good for first generation lawyers. We have demanded and we always go for it that there should be proper physical hearing of the court. Even Honorable Chief Justice of India and other four senior most judges, we had 4 or 5 days back, we had a meeting. They said that we all want physical hearing. We don't want virtual. But what to do in this situation? When everything is closed, Saturday, Sunday is curfew, then many of our lawyers are actually, they are not well. Many of the honorable judges are not well. So what to do? So this is a kind of emergency arrangement. This emergency arrangement should be there. And one good thing also happened that many demanded that benches of the Supreme Court or High Court to be different places. They have realized that court may come to every village, not to only district or any particular capital. So now every district, every village, every home is Supreme Court.
Yes.
So it's a really a great thing.
Yes, sir. So then, but do you think that we should have some kind of practical training also for the lawyers who do not know about the technology?
It's happening. It's happening. Every court has some method. Supreme Court also did it thrice. It's happening. They are giving trainings and all. But that you learn. For the older people, it's difficult. You see, if there is a young junior, he will teach you how to do it. He doesn't need training. We need training. And we got it. Because
Yes.
while studying also, computers were there, but we never thought that we may require this. When Rajiv Gandhi came with a plan of computers, everybody was opposing that idea that it will take away the jobs. Now we all realize that because of that computerization and that this revolution, we all are able to do something. Otherwise, we all used to oppose it. That what is this? Why this computerization? He will take away the jobs. One computer will do the work of 100%. It means 100 jobs will disappear. So ultimately, it took a lot of time. Otherwise, reservation, railway reservation, air ticketing, anything, all kind of softwares. India is bit backward in that because we never focus earlier on digital digitalization of India. Now we all are working on it. Every person is actually having the cell phone. Almost you say 98% population. 90% of them have smartphones, even if they are driving an auto rickshaw. So that's not a problem. It will be all right. But especially for the courts, for the dealing with the clients is a good idea. We all are
Yes.
now, we can take the clients on Zoom.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
good idea even for TV channels, for the media houses also to interact virtually. You can do that. But again, when you meet somebody physically, that fun cannot be compared. When you
Right.
meet someone and talk to them, have a cup of tea or coffee, then you realize that yes, what kind of person is he, what kind of person is he, how they talk, what they are doing. and other things which is not part of the conversation, likely conversation, that also you come to know. So that happens, but you take it from me, everything will be physical very soon. Training is there. Lawyers will get trained. Anybody who want training for any kind of this virtual Cisco or Zoom or anything, there is a team of ours which is ready to train them, and we do it for only for in 3 to 4 hours, and then we revise it after 1 week. So most of them, they know how to do it. Now entire Supreme Court is doing it. There is a person at library, there is a person in computer rooms. We have around 10 members of our staff who are training them. So that's not a problem. It will be good for everyone. This virtual medium is also good. Again, I say it's good, but this is an emergency arrangement. There cannot be 24/7 emergency, because everybody is in the at home. They are not allowed to go out. Today, Saturday and Sunday, the curfew is there. So even if you want, you can't go out.
Yes, sir.
Many of us can go out. The lawyers have been exempted, but again, the clients are equally important.
Yes, sir.
A lawyer cannot sustain without client, and a client will actually appreciate if he meets the lawyer personally, and some of them, they want to share the same sentiment with the client.
Right.
So it happens.
So yes, what do you think? Virtual hearing can become permanent option for appearing before the court or not?
Virtual hearing will be emergency provision only.
Okay.
It cannot replace physical hearing, because in physical hearing, when you are there, you learn, you see too many things, you have access to other things. Sometimes there is no technical glitch. In India, there you will not find computers connections properly. There is no 5G. You see, when there is a 5G in the US, many flights got cancelled. They said that there will be 5G and our signal may clash. Air India cancelled the flights. So unless we have computerization in each and every village, that the network of computer network, 4G network, 5G network in each and every village, and not only in the name of 4G, it should work, because we have 3G or 4G, but our capacity is less than 2G.
Yes, so and this is the reason for the adjournment also at the times in the court.
Yes, even we are conversing, because we are here at the fixed connection. Sometimes it may fail. It fails. Many times it fails. So there it cannot substitute the physical hearing. Physical hearing will remain physical hearing. That will give you a kind of a strength. It's a good training for younger lawyers. You learn etiquette. Here we are sitting on the chair addressing the honorable judge. Honorable judge is also in the suit. He is not in the black and white or something like that. So it happens initially. For some time it's good, because we are liking it as a makeshift arrangement. There should be a virtual bench in each and every court, a smart bench, we can say that. But that smart bench should be there for the emergency cases.
Right.
Like if there is, yes, not for the routine proceedings.
Right. So, and so I think that physical hearings are somewhat effective also as compared to the digital hearings, a virtual mode, because in physical hearing, you, as you said, sir, you get to learn a lot, and you get to learn the decorum, you get to learn the ethics of the court, the professionalism and everything. But in virtual hearing, obviously, in comparison to physical hearing, the virtual hearing is not that effective. So even I have the opinion that it should be the emergency provision only and not the permanent one.
Yes, you are right. You are absolutely right.
Yes. So the next question.
Yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So the next question is that what is your opinion in a broader sense? So has this digital age helped in achieving timely justice? So as we were earlier discussing that the reason that there is no network, there is no Wi-Fi, it becomes a reason for adjournment also sometimes in the court. So it actually leads to delayed justice. So there are certain other aspects also. So in a broader sense, has this digital age helped in achieving timely justice?
You see, justice depends upon the justice. Means honorable justice. So there are many issues which was brought. Even this daily wages issue, then lockdown issue was brought before the court. Virtual hearing mode was on, but Honorable Supreme Court did not entertain this. Only they started entertaining when high courts of Gujarat, Chennai and other high courts, they started passing an order. Even Punjab and Haryana also passed some order. So When high courts started entertaining these issues and they raised they actually directed the state governments and union governments to do response and do their duties. Thereafter, Supreme Court also started considering it. But you see, it completely depends upon the judge. The Honorable Chief Justice of India's post is very important. Whoever is there on that chair, he should take care of their citizens, because they are the actually Supreme Court has that kind of power. We have 226, we have 32. That is not available in many countries. Our judiciary is very powerful. If honorable judges want to pass something, want to address an issue, that will be addressed. And no government has courage to not to listen to them. It should not be otherwise. So some of the honorable judges actually thought that it's executive's duty. They are performing it. We should not intervene in between, because this is such a time where intervention is not required. But it was required at some stage. Even the same like vaccination. Why only 2 companies? Why not everyone? Why not all these 25 companies? Why not to give them a competitive rate? Right. If somebody is offering you 600 rupees for 2 vaccines, why to take it for 1800? Why you are taking it? Why particular company? All these issues are there. You can raise this at any point of time. And that is the job of judiciary. That is the job of other professionals. We can't say that because this is Make in India, so we should pay 10 times more. It's like that. So everywhere you can create some issue, but that again has to be adjudicated by honorable judges. Digitalization is good. It's helping us, but it is not the ultimate solution. You see, when the like lawyers, when they walk in the corridor, they interact with seniors. When they see how they are dealing with the clients, they see how they are having conferences, how they are studying in the library, how to do research work. All those things will be missing if you are at home. If you are a first generation lawyer, how will you grow? How will you get the actually mode of success? So digital thing is there to support you. It's your 10%, not 90%. We cannot sacrifice 90% for 10%.
Right, sir, right. So, sir, how has been your personal experience adjusting to this digital mode of litigation?
My personal experience was not bad. Actually, you will see that we could appear in different states while sitting at home, while having a sip of tea and coffee. That happened. We enjoyed that. But that is not good for the first generation and younger generation. I am not worried for me. We should not be selfish. When we are actually addressing an issue, we should always think about the younger generation who are about to come in the profession. Today, you go to any classroom, any top law college, you will find 95% of the students are first generation lawyers. We can't sacrifice the future of this profession. We can't do that. We can't do that. So this is good, but again, it's good for only good for seniors or second generation, third generation lawyers, not good for the first generation and younger members.
Right, sir, right. So, sir, would you like to suggest any changes in virtual hearings?
No, hybrid is already there. All these things are going on. Again, this virtual hearing has its own limitations. You know that. But there is nothing, so we have to go with it. This is what Honorable Chief Justice of India also said, that we are not happy to have virtual hearings. We want to go physical as soon as possible. And there, judges also, everybody is human being. Man is social animal. Arastu said long back, because we social animals cannot survive without having the food of society. Sir. Yes, we can't feel depressed. We feel depressed when we are at home. We need someone to talk. We need someone to share the good thoughts.
Absolutely, sir. So what, according to you, are the challenges being faced by the Legal Services Authority, and what can be done to enhance the legal aid in the country?
You see, NALSA is doing a very good job nowadays. NALSA's secretary, Ashok Jain, he is the judicial officer of Rajasthan Cadre, and then the chairman is Honorable Justice Uday Lalit. They both are doing great job. They are going each and everywhere. Recently we got mediation training. We organized it for at least for 400 members. Only 150 members could do it. Rest of them are in the queue. They will be doing it shortly. So they are doing it. Then not only this legal aid, you see from Supreme Court bar till date, none of the lawyers, senior lawyers had charged a single penny from NALSA. Till date, I'm not saying that now because of us, because all of them, they have a duty towards society. NALSA is doing a great job. It's good to give this, because it is said that justice is not same for everyone. It depends upon the financial status and the standing in the society to get the justice, because you can't engage a big lawyer. Now we have many senior advocates in the queue for NALSA. They are actually advising, they are taking up the matters, and NALSA is also doing it very passionately. Justice Lalit recently in a meeting told us that we want many of the senior lawyers to participate in this. We have given the names. Now they all are willing to appear free of cost for the pro bono, you can say. But free of cost, I said, because then the clients also know, the future clients should also know that it's free of cost, no charges attached to it. So it's happening. And it's really a great job. Pro bono work is a great job. Alternative dispute resolution process is also very effective nowadays. Mediation is equally important, and it's not new. I always say that mediation process started originally from the land acquisition dates. The first land acquisition was done by Sr Suri. He was there only for 3.5 years, but he made a road from Calcutta to Peshawar that is called GT Road. When he acquired the land from the villagers, he gave a charge of this to Raja Todarmal, who was later revenue minister of Akbar, and he was also one of the Navratnas. It was Todarmal's revenue law, which is in practice even now. 2/3 of that is under practice. We all are actually dealing with that. So Sr Suri went for mediation. Sr Suri went for compensation for the lands acquired by the state. And that's how this GT road was made within a period of 3.5 years. In his lifetime only, this road was operational. He started building, and then within 3 years, the road from Calcutta to Peshawar was complete. Those days, just imagine. Not only this, almost 700, not in terms of hotel, but dharamsala, sarais were constructed. So that was the capability because of the legal route. Because when these subjects are happy, they know that king is not actually forcefully acquiring my land. He is going to pay me some compensation. A process is there. Then people will feel happy. And that's how they contributed in the construction of the biggest road of India, which is even lifeline now. So that is the way.
Right, sir. So, sir, since you have been a vice chairman to NADA, what you have to say on the emerging trend of sports law in India, and what are the avenues new lawyers can have in this particular practice area, sir?
You see, many players who get actually caught in the doping test,
Yes.
some of them, they don't know that why they are actually positive.
Yes.
Because even a protein can make you positive. When you
Hmm.
take it, there are medicines, when you take that for the fever, your pregnancy test will come positive.
Right.
There are many medicines. Similarly, they don't know. Even some of the vitamins, when you take it, you may become this positive in doping test.
Right. Sir.
I actually appreciate this, but first of all, prior to practicing NADA, we all have to actually tell everyone, educate all the players that how they are going to deal with the situation when it happens, and what kind of habits they should develop, what kind of food they should take. Like even a jackfruit, if you take raw jackfruit, that can make you positive.
Right.
So our sports councils, they have to interact with them, and they have to frame a rule. They have to educate our players that this is how you have to actually behave. This is how you have to eat. You don't take anything from anybody else. You have to eat only these things. These are the parameters. This is how you will be charged. In most of the cases, when I was dealing, I was frustrated to see that the players were so poor. They did not have the means even to have the 2 meals in a day, but they were national players. Do you know the name of national hockey team players? despite there being national game of India. You don't know the name of national lady hockey team players, though they have got the medals in Olympics. You don't know even the decathlon players, athletics. You know only 2-3 celebrity players. You don't know others. We know Babita Phogat because see, there is a movie. Otherwise, we don't know. We don't know basketball players. So we all have to educate. All these players come from very poor background. Some of them may maybe having good background, but we have to educate them. We have to deal with them with complete sympathy. Like a cricketer, he doesn't require to take all kind of these medicines for energy, because when ball comes, then only he has to field. He doesn't require to run. But a footballer may require it, because each one, everyone is playing continuously. A pole vaulter, a athletics, a person who is into 400, 4 into 400, or even 30 miles, they all need it. So if they are taking this, we have to educate them first at the primary level, district level, then at the state level. You take it from me, no player want to become Ben Johnson. We all remember the Ben Johnson who had broken the record of Carl Lewis. He got he was the first person who ran for in the 100 meters in 90 in this seconds, less than 10 seconds, 9.91, I think, 93. That was his record. Later it was broken, but that was the biggest achievement. And he was a celebrity player, but because of the doping, he lost everything.
Right.
So the behavior of a player and then his habits. At the same time, if a player is actually trying to do something which is a kind of possibility of his being positive, coach is also equally responsible. Many of the players, I remember Kabaddi team. I appear for many sport organizations. So in Kabaddi team, I know that few players who are playing are the genuine players, but 5-6 players who go with the team are non-players. Association takes them just to give them a government job. That is a kind of corruption.
Right,
all these things happen, but we should educate our players. I am really sorry to see many cases in which the players who were caught were actually so poor. They did not have 2 meals, the means to have 2 meals in a day. So I am really sorry for them, but we all have to passionately consider there should be proper technique and a teaching system which should be taught to them at the primary stage. In NIS Patiala itself, National Sports College Patiala itself, they should be taught.
Right, sir. Right, absolutely. So, sir, now coming to the legal education system of the country. So, Pradeep, sir, what do you suggest or what do you think that there should be any changes in the legal education system of the country?
You see, legal education is good for fundamentals. You should give the fundamentals, but as much as possible, you should give them actual training.
Right,
Actual training is required from the first year. Students should learn the first year research work, second year district court, third year tribunals, fourth year high courts, and then in fifth year Supreme Court. Thereafter, let them decide what they want to do and where they want to go. They should not be coming to the profession after studying 5 years and then doing internship and then training and then becoming junior in some of the tribunals lawyer or something like that. They should be given access to practice from the first year itself.
Right. So
that
because
is required.
That the bookish knowledge is something which is very different, and when you come at the practical aspect, which is again different. So now the lawyers have to, the students, the law students have to learn the both bookish knowledge also. They have to learn the laws also in the bookish form, and then they have to learn how to implement them as well.
Yes, so, you are right.
So there are some of the colleges, like I wouldn't want to name the colleges, but they are like more into like studies and the project work and everything, and they do not allow law students to go and have the internship, or even if they allow, they only allow for like a month or 2 months. That's it. So I think that implementation of the laws should also be taught in the legal education system, sir.
Yes, that will be there, because once you start sending the students for the practical internships and all, then they will start learning it. And within 5 years of their course, they will be actually able to decide and judge that what they have to do and where they have to do. Most of them want to become a corporate lawyer. They don't want to go for litigation, because
Yes, sir.
ultimately when they become corporate lawyer, they join as a chief general manager legal of a big company. They get
Yeah.
very good salary, car and everything. But then they realize that there was a student in the same class who is now senior advocate, and now their team has to brief him.
Yes.
So then they realize that what is the importance of litigation, not
Right.
prior to briefing with their own colleague in the school whom they thought that he is not that good and he could not get the opportunity what they got.
Right, sir. Right. So, any advice? Like, what is your advice for the law students, especially for the first generation law students who are looking to join litigation?
The only thing, this is what I said, that first of all, you work on research, then you work on preparation of the matters. You should have you should be good at preparing synopsis. When you are reading 200 pages, at least if you should be able to summarize it in 3 pages. If you can summarize it in 3 pages, key points you can highlight, then you seniors will start taking you seriously. Within 2-3 years, you will start appearing in few matters when senior is not able to reach in the court, and within 5 years you will have a good name. Then you can be independent, but never try to become independent in the first year itself.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. So, just the last topic for the day, sir. So, a few days back, Honorable Chief Justice of India in public event emphasized on Indianization of judicial system, and people also started talking about it. So, sir, what possibilities you see in this domain, and what actually is Indianizing the judicial system, sir?
You see, I have been a student of history. So India is one of the oldest democratic country. In Mahajanpat Kal, when this Kasi, Kosal, Ang, Magad, Bajji, Kuru, Panchal, Mal, Sakyas, like where Kapil Bastu Sakya, where Lord Buddha belongs, all these states were democratic states. Even Likshvi, Vaisali is Likshvi, Vaisali is Bihar, Gandhar was Afghanistan, Kuru and Panchal both are in Pakistan now. So all these these kingdoms those days were practicing democratic practices, and they had a proper judiciary where the village head, who was elected representative, used to decide the matters or disputes and pass an order, and public in general used to respect them. We have all have read the story of Munshi Premchand, Panch Parmeshwar. He describes that how a person who was very close friend of someone, they fought with each other, and then they separated, they were enemy to each other. But one day there was some fight, and that particular friend who had become turned enemy was the Panch. So he was scared that he may decide against me, and he had no hope. But ultimately, after, and the other person whose matter he was deciding was his very close friend, because after this fight, the other fellow had become very close friend of that Panch. But he decided in favor of his enemy. And when it happened, the message of that entire story was Panch Parmeshwar, because Premchand used to write on two events. Till British period, it was in practice. For the small summary trials and all, those matters used to go to the Panchayat only. And Panchayat is really very effective. Land acquisition matters, environment matters, and some of the matters where the small issues are coming up. Those matters should never come to the court. It should be decided there in the village itself. Unless somebody is not satisfied, then after the first forum, they may approach the court. But I have seen many of the persons, they never approach a court when they are satisfied in Panchayat. But Panchayat system, they try to create something new, but because not regular elections, the powers has been reduced. Many of the matters, the Panch may have the ability, but he may not decide, because they don't go by law. They go by customs. Like we all have read 6th schedule of the Constitution, where you have seen the tribal districts. In those tribal districts, how we deal? Only this village heads, member of district councils, they decide the matter. And that decision is based on customary law, nothing to do with laws prevailing in the country. So villagers are satisfied with that. The person who is aggrieved is satisfied with that justice, because he is in habit of seeing that kind of justice. So we all should actually Indianize it. Indianize means the localize it.
Right,
In
sir.
my
Right.
opinion, I don't say Indianize. I say that there are different parts of India. They have different kind of thoughts. They have different kind of issues and problems in their practice. That should be actually given to decided to as per their practice, prevailing practice. And we should take a clue from 6th schedule that how they are dealing with it. Even the cases where you can grant sentence more than 10 years, that is also being decided in the panchayats, district councils. And the MDCs are not lawyers. They are just staying there. They are experts of customary law.
Yes, sir.
They know what should happen. Like in Khasi community, property goes to youngest daughter, but the head of the family is eldest daughter. The husband has no rights. You will be happy to know that they don't get anything. No share for any son or brothers or male members in the property. Their entire status is just to be with them. They are recognized by the name of their wives. They don't have any other name. So all these things are there. Now, if you impose our laws, personal laws on them, they will not accept it.
Right, sir.
Similarly, Nagaland, Manipur, some of the districts of Assam, many other parts, because they all have different practice. So we all have to accept it. We have to localize it. We have to accept the laws and practice of the day prevailing in the particular area.
Right, sir. Right. So how the Indianizing going to help us making in judicial system more efficient?
You see, you will reduce litigation, because if you give powers to the district council or panchayats, you will reduce litigation. That will be more acceptable to them.
Right, sir.
Like if there is any incident, the villagers know better than anybody else. And the pressure of society is very important.
Right, sir.
If you are going to get a bad name in society, you will be refrained from doing bad work. You will try to have good name in the society.
Right, sir. Absolutely.
Because in courts, many of the villagers will not go as a witness. But if it is the subject of village head and he is going to decide, they all will listen to him. Thereafter, you can go and appear in magistrate's court, and you want to take a relief or something for which you are aggrieved, you can go there. But
yes,
initially, it should be coming from that route only. It's a
absolutely.
very welcoming step. It's very welcoming step.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. So, sir, thank you very much for the session. And sir, I got to learn so many things. I got a very good advice. And me, myself being a first generation lawyer, I got so many good tips from you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for answering all the questions in such a nice manners, in such details. And so thank you very much again for being with us, sir.
Thank you, Kanika.